sent forth his only begotten Son. He suffered, died, buried and rose from the dead on the third day, Saturday. 3 days and 3 nights. Alright then. Holy Jalop, yeah. Holy Jalop, come on, come on. Holy Jalop, yeah. Holy Jalop, yeah. People in this earth, they don't got no love. Them heart full of hate, them heart full of strife. Them don't want to unite and live life.
Blessed love, blessed Shabbat, brothers and sisters, Hebrews in Jamaica, the Caribbeans, the West, to the four corners of the earth scattered, greetings. This reading is taken from the lost books of the Bible, the forgotten book of Eden. This is the testament of Ruben, the firstborn son of Jacob and Leah, chapter 1. Ruben, the firstborn son of Jacob and Leah, the man of experience, counsels against fornication and points out the ways in which men are most apt to fall into error. The copy of the testament of Ruben, even the commands which he gave his sons before he died, in the 125th year of his life. 2 years after the death of Joseph his brother, when Ruben fell ill, his sons and his sons' sons were gathered together to visit him. And he said to them, My children, behold, I am dying, and go the way of my fathers. And seeing there Judah and Gad and Asher his brethren, he said to them, Rise me up, that I may tell to my brethren and to my children what things I have hidden in my heart. For behold, now at length I am passing away. And he arose and kissed them, and said unto them, Hear, my brethren, and do ye, my children, give ear to Reuben your father, in the commands which I gave unto you. And behold, I call to witness against you this day the God of heaven, that ye walk not in the sins of youth and fornication, wherein I was poured out and defiled the bed of my father Jacob. And I tell you that he smote me with a sore plague in my lions for 7 months. And had not my father Jacob prayed for me to the Lord would have destroyed me. For I was 30 years old when I wrought the evil thing before the Lord, and for 7 months I was sick unto death. And after this I repented, and set purpose of my soul for 7 years before the Lord. And wine and strong drink I drank not, and flesh entered not into my mouth, and I ate no pleasant food, but I mourned over my sins. For it was great, such as had not been in Israel. And now hear me, my children, what things I saw concerning the 7 spirits of deceit when I repented. 7 spirits therefore are appointed against man, and they are the leaders in the works of youth. And 7 other spirits are given to him at his creation, that through them should be done every work of man. The first is the spirit of life, with which the constitution of man is created. The second is the sense of sight, with which ariseth desire. The third is the sense of hearing, with which cometh teaching. The fourth is the sense of smell, with which tastes are given to draw air and breathe. The fifth is the power of speech, with which cometh knowledge. The sixth is the sense of taste, with which cometh the eating of meats and drink, and by a strength is produced, for in food is the foundation of strength. The seventh is the power of procreation and sexual intercourse, with which through love of pleasure sins enter in. Wherefore it is the last in order of creation, and the first in that of youth, because it is filled with ignorance, and leadeth the youth as a blind man to a pit, and as a beast to a precipice. Besides all these, there is an eighth spirit of sleep, with which is brought about the trance of nature and the image of death. with these spirits are mingled the spirit of error. First, the spirit of fornication is seated in the nature and in the senses. The second is the spirit of insatiableness in the belly. The third, the spirit of fighting in the liver and gall. The fourth is the spirit of obsequiousness and chicanery, that through officious attention one may be fair in seeming. The fifth is the spirit of pride, that one may be boastful and arrogant. The sixth is the spirit of lying in perdition and jealousy, to practice deceits and concealments from kindred and friends. The seventh is the spirit of injustice, with which are thefts and acts of rapacity, that a man may fulfill the desire of his heart. For injustice worketh together with the other spirits by the taking of gifts. And with all these the spirit of sleep is joined, which is that of error and fantasy. And so perisheth every young man, darkening his mind from the truth, and not understanding the laws of God, nor obeying the admonitions of his fathers, as befell me also in my youth. And now, my children, love the truth, and it will preserve you. Hear the words of Ruben your father. Pay no attention to the face of a woman, nor associate with another man's wife, nor meddle with affairs of womankind. For had I not seen Bilhah bathing in a covered place, I had not fallen into this great iniquity. For my mind, taken in the thought of the woman's nakedness, suffered me not to sleep until I had wrought the abominable thing. For while Jacob our father had gone to Isaac his father, when we were in Eder, near to Ephrath in Bethlehem, Bilhah became drunk and was asleep, uncovered in her chamber. Having therefore gone in and beheld her nakedness, I wrought impurity without her perceiving it, and leaving her sleeping, I depart. And forthwith an angel of God revealed to my father concerning my impurity, and he came and mourned over me, and touched her no more.
So them get up every day with them baggers and fight. This world of hell in their sight. Destruction is the ultimate price. People, open up your eyes. Only Jalo, only Jalo, yeah. Only Jalo, only Jalo. Come on. Only Jalo, only Jalo. Alright then. Only Jalo, yeah. This world is not God's world. Them deny the power that created you and I. You have to realize mankind is losing their lives for stupid reasons throughout every season.